Curtis Selby's time, breaking down the stories every view will unwind. From left to right we'll see the light. It's balance we're chasing, no fighters fight. Curtis Selby talking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis Selby's here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay on while it's diving deep with Curtis Selby. The combos you need. The combos you need. Insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The convo's unique. Curtis Selby talking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis Selby's here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The combos you need. The combos you need. The combos you need.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. This is Curtis Selby, your tired midnight blogger. What blogs in this case at 2:33 p.m. My apologies, running behind a bit today. I will try to make it somewhere between a half an hour and an hour-long stream. Hopefully, make it worth your time. Before I get too deep into things, I wanted to announce I am starting a new channel. I don't have anything on there at the moment except for the name and the logo, which includes Cassie Dog. The logo is courtesy of one Troy Pacelli. God bless him. And if I'm smart, I'm going to get this. I probably won't. YouTube's doing some weird stuff. Now that I've switched channels, it likes to get confused about which one I'm working on. I'll probably have to do this in StreamYard. Yep, gonna have to do it in StreamYard. Hopefully this works. Let me know if you can see. That is the link to Nothing to See Here, Citizen. Right at the moment, all it is a name and a logo. Going to let Meta respond to a tweet before I announce when we're launching the channel. I wanted to launch it on a live stream with Meta for the official launch. But please, you know the drill. Subscribe. There's no content at the moment, but there will be once I get some stuff rolling, and once I get there with Netter and Troy, we'll do a spiffy grand launch in their community. Everybody is welcome. We'll have hot dogs and pizza. Okay, maybe not. I wish I could do that. That would be so cool. I wonder if Mr. Beast does stuff like that. All right, let's say hello to everybody in the chat, and then I will begin my ill-prepared voice of Northern Oklahoma for April. I think it's April, January 1st, January, March. Nope. I can't even read the months anymore. January, February, March, April. April the 27th of 2025. Don't get old, everybody. It kind of sucks. All right, let's see who's here. Hey, there's this jerk over here on the green machine. He's always asking if this crazy thing works. What's wrong with him? Can't he just see it's right there in front of him? Oh, well. Anyway. Obviously, I'm trying to diversify. And we have Gorilla Censored Thoughts. Has blinking fat fingers, but also says, hey. He is also the gentleman who designed my intro. So you can tell that most of the best things on my channels are things other people did. But as I've learned from reading all the success books, that's how you get successful. Use other people's stuff. That's what it's all about. I'm kind of joking, kind of not. And we have a Resolute Germ who was kind enough to have me on his Saturday morning cartoons where we watched Feast of the North Star, where we learned that Kenshiro is the true master of Hoshinken. We played that stream. It was so fun. I'm so glad you guys got me to finally decide to wake up in time to do it. So fun. Please check out Resolute Germ's Saturday morning cartoons. You will be glad you did. They're fun, wonderful people. You'll have Resolute Germ. Often you'll have Gorilla Censored Thoughts. You'll have Admiralty. And you know what's really awesome? They're all great creators, but if you look up Admiral Teague, I think he actually shows up on the first page of his Google search. I'm getting there. I think I'm on page 2. I'm getting there. I'm working on it. Whiskey Flats Garden Railroad, one of my 3 advertisers right here. If I'm making any money, this guy is probably 30 to 40% of all the money I'm making. And if my channel's worth anything to any advertisers at all, hopefully he's getting some benefit out of it. Who knows? Maybe eventually someone will stumble across, hey, somebody raises dogs. This is Whiskey Flats Garden Railroad. He's also in a railroad club, and he knows a lot about toy trains. And yet, he's not on the spectrum. Which might be explain some things. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Who would have ever thought gorillas had fat fingers? Gorilla Censored Thoughts, Mr. Beast is to bust trying to cover for his not very nice person producer. Yeah, I haven't been paying any attention to it, mainly because, I don't know, I'm trying to be more of a positive person, and I'm just really tired of all the stuff going on. Anyway, and Gorilla Censored Thoughts was first in the chat, other than myself, but you were technically the first actual person, visitor, whatever, that was in the chat. Resolute Germ, that's too bad. I could use some free pizza. Gorilla Censored Thoughts, just working on my to-do list and actually making progress. I was making progress yesterday. I don't think I will make much progress today. I wonder if I can pin this comment to the top. I bet I can. I bet I can. Nope, I cannot, because it thinks that I am YouTube. Not that you want or need to know this, but YouTube thinks that I'm on here as Nothing to See Here Citizen. Nothing to See Here Citizen has no content and has 9, maybe 10 subscribers. Oddly enough, it's still showing me the information for my other channel, which has 735 subscribers. Thank you all very much. But anyway, the long and the short of it is, because of that, I can't pin something to the top of my own chat. Thank you, YouTube. There are reasons why I'm exploring other options. All right. One last check thing, and then I will dive into some newsy type things. Gorilla Sensor Thoughts, Palpatine's voice. You must feed the dark side. Feed it with your negativity. It is you, young Skywalker, who is unfortunately mistaken. Okay, it may not sound like Palpatine, but hopefully it at least sounded vaguely sinister. All right, off with the music. Let's go into an ill-prepared stream, but I do at least have some ideas about what I want to talk about. Because stuff is actually happening in Oklahoma. Believe it or not. Oh, that was my hero, was Jack Palance. Dude, I would have loved to have had, Ripley's Believe It or Not. You, Bob, are my number one. A guy. All right. Enough with the voices. Let's provide value for any random Oklahomans who are sad enough to show up on my channel. Severe storms bring flash flooding and tornado warnings to Oklahoma. KOCO's 5 coverage, who I am not affiliated with because, I'm not, on this channel, I'm still on the old channel, so I guess I can say it. I'm not leftist enough to get a job at any of these locations. Saturday's weather has ended because Saturday ended, but there is another threat for storms late Sunday and the beginning of the upcoming week. Here, instead of showing us the incredible tornadoes and storms, we're going to see a big red splotch. Thank you, KOCO. Let's keep those small creators down. Severe storms move through Oklahoma on Saturday, bringing flash flooding and tornado warnings to the state. 5 p.m. Saturday, the National Weather Service had issued a tornado warning for northeastern Cole County and southeastern Hughes County. Anyway, yep, lots of tornadoes. Bryan's County, Johnson County, Marshall County, counties that I haven't heard of in years. Darwin, McGee, lots of tornadoes, lots of flooding. Most of it's in southern Oklahoma, but even though I'm the voice of northern Oklahoma, I don't want to be like the jerky news stations that only care about the 2 cities. So, yep, here we go. Here we go. They actually at least have a picture. I would play the video, but, I don't want to get nailed. We have jackknife trucks, so Whiskey Flats, be really careful tomorrow. All kinds of bad weathery things happening. There's a big old flood thing here. There's this Olivia Hickey person. Reason why I'm not in the news also is because I note that some of them are really cute. I would make a joke and say that this is actual footage from the Tired Blogger's car, but my dashboard is nowhere near that clean. Also, Cassie's nose would probably be somewhere in this photo. Yeah, we got flooding right here in River City. Oh, no, this is southwest Oklahoma City. Sorry. Lots and lots of flooding. Lots of tornadoes. Here we have some dramatic footage. I may actually just try to play this, even though I'm sure it will be a mistake. See how this works. Look at that. We've got sirens. I hope you guys can see that. Let me know if YouTube is playing nice with us. We have sirens. We have cars backing up and turning around because, let's face it, it's really not smart to drive through floodwater. I've done it, but it's been a while. I've gotten older, and now I'm kind of like, I can get I can do whatever I was in a hurry to do later if I'm alive. If I'm dead, no, I can't. We have some people in the chat. Gorilla Sensor Thoughts. You must be the owner and the actual channel that pins things. even though both channels are yours, you have to use the channel the stream is on. Yeah, and I'm not meaning to be argumentative. It's just like I'm actually just trying to look at my other channel. I'm not really trying to be in my other channel. And this one says, here, I'll show you. I'll show you what we're looking at. An old man showing you the pointless things on his screen. Tired blogging. Okay, here we go. See, plainly shows my normal logo, meaning this should be my normal channel, but evidently it is not, because here's the new logo with Cassie in the moon right there. Yep. Well, anyway, I don't want to fight it right now. So anyhow, maybe next time I'll get up a little earlier and actually have it pinned to the top of the chat before the stream, like I should have. Whiskey Flat says Oklahoma is okay. And it is. It's the news media that's not okay. Gorilla Sensor Thoughts. We are expecting large tornadoes and very large hail in the next 24 hours. So here you have it, a Tired Blogger exclusive. Gorilla Sensor Thoughts area is expecting large tornadoes and very large hail. See, this is why you listen to me, for these news segments like this. Gorilla Sensor Thoughts should look up the 76 outbreak. National Weather Service got so tired of issuing tornado warnings, they put the entire state of Indiana into a tornado warning. Only time in history. Wow. You know, Whiskey Flats, you'll have to jog what's left of my memory. I know Oklahoma's had vast swaths of the state under a storm watch, but I don't know if we've ever had the entire state under a warning. Of course, we're a fairly decent-sized state. Paddle faster. I hear banjos. You got that. Da-da-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. And speaking of someone who probably has heard his share of banjo music in his day, but is actually a very classy person, Pleasant Valley Picker. We have the Canadians. What the heck is this? Well, this is the voice of Northern Oklahoma, where I talk about Oklahoma-type thingamabobs. I'm also I'm announcing that I'm starting a new channel called Nothing to See Here, Citizen, where I will be posting these newsy-type podcasts, and where I will also be posting a lot of my stuff about Cassie. That way, hopefully YouTube has no reason to be angsty or angry with me, and maybe I can get the other channel monetized. Maybe. But PvP does see the usual suspects. When has PvP ever been in Alabama? I don't know. I'm just making a really lame joke. Really has little to do with anything. See, this is why I'm not the president of the United States. Some of my jokes fall flat. All right. So we have the voice of Northern Oklahoma, but yet, if you notice up here, there's a different logo. Here, I'll show you guys what the channel looks like right now. Until I have the grand launch with Netter, there probably won't be much more than this. This is the logo, designed by Troy Pacelli. It does still have the Tired Midnight Blogger brand, but it has the moon denoting midnight, which I almost never stream at, but would if I did this for a living, and Cassie. So he actually had other logos that he designed that were really eye-catching, but I just could not resist using Cassie in the logo for the new channel. Oh, I'm up to 13 subscribers. Heck, like almost 50% growth in one stream. How many streamers can say that? Nothing to see here, citizen. Currently, there really is nothing to see here. It says I can create content on any device. I'm not going to be suckered into that. Not just yet, anyway. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, well, first let's get caught up in the chat. PvP's never been to Alabama. His butt remains unviolated. Gorillas, at least Gorilla says that you remember. Gorilla says it's midnight somewhere. That's true. It's also 5 o'clock somewhere. PvP says, hey, Gorilla, looking forward to the Terminator film later. Hey, you Blue Wrenches, if you want to, please share out whatever streams you're going to be doing today. Let the world know. Let the whole world know your stream's going live. Yeah, you probably have no idea who that singer is, and that's okay. Let us now go to the next thing that I want to talk about. And then I'm going to advertise for Whiskey Flats because I can. Take that. I don't really want to take much time on this, even though it deserves it. But number one, a lot more professional people have already covered this. And lastly of all, it's such a controversial topic, and I want this stream to be as largely non-controversial. And therefore, I know I can't resist the temptation if I talk very much about it. But this topic is the very recently, about a week ago, actually, I should have done it last week, but I was busy being sick and like angsty. This was the 30th anniversary of the Murrow building bombing in Oklahoma City. To this day, I believe it's still the largest domestic terrorism event in United States history, I think. Let me know if I'm wrong. Oklahoma officials, this is from the Oklahoman. Oklahoma officials, Clinton marked 30 years since the Oklahoma City bombing at a remembrance ceremony. I have been there. It's a very somber place. It's very, I don't know how to put it, respectful. You see here the empty chairs. You see this gray big old, whatever the heck you call it, this thing that represents the building, I guess, at 901. And then there's the church right across. One of the oldest churches in Oklahoma. It's very funny because this happened. There's you know how history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. One of the oldest churches in Oklahoma was damaged during the Murrow bombing. One of the oldest and one of the more historical churches in America was damaged during the 9/11 event. This year marks the 30th anniversary of the bombing at the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building, where 168 people passed away. This is a film of a walking tour. We search for the truth. We seek justice. The courts require it. Yeah, again, I don't want to get into the controversies. This is the tree that survived miraculously. It's a really somber place to go. And then we've got Ryan Walters here. If you weren't depressed by the bombing, you're probably depressed by the presence of this chappy person. Sorry, I guess I dived into politics. My bad. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry. I'll be a good mindless drone and do what you tell me to. The day marking 30 years since the Oklahoma City bombing, a day that shaped the city and its state, is here. On April 19 of 1995, Timothy McVeigh detonated a truck bomb outside the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building, resulting in the deaths of 168 people in what is still the deadliest act of domestic terrorism in the United States. Each year since, a solemn ceremony has marked the anniversary to honor those who were killed and the more than 600 people who survived. Check back here for updates on notable moments. President Clinton spoke. Don't care, but he did speak. So, that's cool, I guess. He's still got nice hair. That's all I'm going to say about that. Here we have Langford Senator Langford. A guy over here who looks like Mark Victor Hansen, but almost certainly is not. Yeah, there we go. I'm saying too much. Stop it! Sorry. At the ceremony, former President Bill Clinton, who was president at the time and actually was a fairly decent orator, whatever else he may have been, spoke highly of Oklahoma's resilience, known today as the Oklahoma Standard. Bill Clinton champions Oklahoma Standard at the OKC bombing anniversary. Don't give up. I'm so tempted to dive into politics, but I will resist. Following the ceremony, several survivors, family, community members, and others toured the monument. Some groups placed flowers on the memorials. Others mourned the lives lost. When Ronalyn Coiner Chafee died on April 19 of 95, her son Nick was only 4 years old. Now, 30 years later, Nick can introduce his 11-month-old son, Brooks, to his mom. I brought him here to sit on the empty chair and tell him about Mom, Nick said. Throughout the ceremony, speakers referenced the importance of sharing the story of the bombing of the Murrah building, stories of the 168 individuals who died, and the impact of Oklahoma Standard had on shaping the city. Nick said this is how he contributes to sharing the story of April 19 of 1995. For a moment, Brooks sits in a chair in the footprint of the building where his grandmother worked. Brooks is a prime example of a new generation. Getting him to come and see the story, it's surreal. I'm coming up on the age when my mom was killed. I know he's not one yet. He's not one yet? He's not one. I guess he means not aged one yet. But it's kind of like I'm in her shoes in a way, Nick said. They have a big old long live stream. I won't make you suffer through any of that. You can watch that if you want to. Here we have people saluting the military members that passed away. What is the Oklahoma Standard? According to Governor Stitt, it is not the tired midnight blogger. He is right out. Actually, seriously, the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum officially defines the Oklahoma Standard as a statewide initiative preserving and promoting a culture of caring citizens by encouraging acts of service, honor, and kindness. Sounds good. A little wordy, but it sounds good. Dubbed as such by the news media and first responders, then Governor Frank Keating said the Oklahoma Standard, I miss Frank Keating. Anyway, said the Oklahoma Standard was represented by aggressively generous Oklahomans in the aftermath of the bombing. Keating told the Oklahoman in 2021. Today and in the 30 years since the bombing, the Oklahoma Standard has been seen in responses to everything from tornadoes, floods, other natural disasters, the global pandemic, economic downturns, and the collapse of Hollywood. Bill Clinton, we can still find a way to move forward together with the Oklahoma Standard. God, it's so tempting to say something snarky, but it's not the place. 30 years ago, I thought I was going to have a different day. During his keynote address, former President Bill Clinton, sorry, he's still the Bill Clinton, age 78, recalled jogging with the winners of the Boston Marathon on April 19 of 95. After his day started, he learned very shortly the damage that was done at the Murrah building. Most of the people who lost their lives were public servants, as we all know, Clinton said. What they did every day was a matter of choice, showing up for work, to do business for the American people. He continued to mention that the work that followed the bombing showed some of the best parts of the country. That bombing profoundly shook the country and did more to all of you, but in the end, it brought out the best in America, Clinton said. I wonder if Connie Chung would agree with him. I had to. The former president said even while the country continues to face political polarization, he said America needs the Oklahoma Standard, a mindset of service, honor, and kindness. Because of how Oklahoma decided to respond, the city has changed for the better, Clinton noted, and America can learn from the last 30 years. We were there for you when you needed us. So vote for us, damn it. Oh, no. America needs you, and America needs the Oklahoma Standard. And if we all lived by it, we'd be a lot better off, Clinton said. Because you lost so much, you're able to feel what you can do to make it better. I came here today in part just to say to the rest of the country, look at this. This is what you get when service honor are put together. All right. I guess I will at least cover. Langford talked as well. He teach the next generation our history. Let's set the example for the rest of the nation. Let them tell our story again so that the nation doesn't forget. This is so badly written. I'm sorry. Let's them tell our story again. Let's them tell our story again. Real good, Oklahoman. Thank you for not hiring me. Let's teach the nation how to love and forgive. Let's remind each other of dark days in the past and how God walks with us through those dark days. That even in the valley of the shadow, God does not forget us, and we will not forget, Langford said. I'm going to say I think I prefer Langford's speech for what that may or may not be worth to Clinton's. I'm going to tell you, I can't do it. I got to not be controversial. Here's Bill Clinton. The remembrance ceremony, Oklahoma City Mayor Holt, I don't care. Chambers notes growth, blah, 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 blah. Here we have the handprints of a survivor, I'm assuming. Either that or the son of a survivor. All right. Frank Keating talked about how it was unbelievable. It was a day of horror and tragedy. It was unbelievable for those of us who were here to comprehend that the devil himself walks the earth and murdered 168 of our neighbors and friends, wounded 700 of our neighbors and friends, caused damage or destruction to 320 buildings, marred the face, scraped the face, bloodied the face of the capital city of Oklahoma. It was incomprehensible that we could see and understand what was occurring. So, First Church was in full attendance. I believe that's the church that I just mentioned. It's funny because I've walked by it, but I can't really remember the name of it. Not a pew in First Church's sanctuary sits empty as families await the beginning of the 30th remembrance ceremony. So the 15-person all-male a cappella Federation choir performed as guests made their way to the seats. If this is the one I'm thinking of, there's one of the first Catholic churches in Oklahoma City. It was right by the Murrow building, and they made a memorial of the part of that church that was damaged. So, got to tell you, for 78, Bill Clinton does look pretty good. I'm going to give him that. All right. So that, I think, is enough of that. Not that I mean disrespect or anything. It's just like I say, you can find out a lot of those details from more professional places that won't be so tempted to dive into the controversy. And hail Connie Cleary, the faithful bird woman of YouTube. Well, welcome. Sorry, late phone call. I understand. You're a busy person, and that's cool because you're a cool person too. And hail and well met, Jeff B. PvP, my Facebook page got switched to business. Now I can't find my friends or get messages. Facebook equals fascists. And, I honestly, that's a little bit of hyperbole, but I kind of feel like it's more deserved than what Trump gets. If you don't believe me, look up the recent stuff and nonsense that they've been testifying about. I thought of you the other day. I was listening to that I hate having senior moments. That woman politician in Canada that you shared with me, and she was sharing how the liberals had made these buttons that said Canada first, and basically they were trying to make it look like that the conservative movement in Canada is nothing more than a travesty of the Trump movement. But it was none of these buttons had anything to do with the actual conservative movement or party in Canada. They were all printed by the Liberal Party to make them look bad. And it was quite an interesting video. PvP, this Canadian remembers that bombing. It was an awful day. It sure was. I'm glad I was not in Oklahoma City at the time, but I was still in Oklahoma. I don't think most Americans appreciate how your Canadian cousins pay attention to what happens in your country. You're not wrong. You guys pay a lot better attention to what happens in America than we do in Canada. I'm trying to do better, but I would almost guarantee that you know American politics better than I know Canadian politics. Jeff B., that OKC bombing in Beirut, yes, stand out tragically. Resolute Germ, unlike Joe Biden, Clinton's hair plugs took. Indeed, I need to get me some good hair plugs. Maybe I should start having you guys please go to my Patreon and become paid members. I need hair. Didn't Clinton sell a brand of Monica dipped flavored cigars? Maybe that's an urban legend. YouTube, that was a comment from a viewer. It's not necessarily, though it kind of is, the view of this channel. Hillary's took germ? Yeah, Jeff, she took hers from Bill's sack. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, my. Oh, my. Resolute Germ and Bill was looking forward to dipping his cigar. Then he had to deal with that. See, this is all the stuff I wanted to say. Thank you. Thank you guys for saying the things that YouTube won't let me say. PvP. Hey, Curtis, this is heavy stuff. Can we have a few photos of babes now? I'm about to do an advertisement. It may not be babes, but it will be something much lighter than this. I need to lighten my mood and raise my blood pressure. Thank you, saith Connie Clear. Resolute Germ, feeding on human souls does a body good for a Clinton. Yes, PvP. Yes, there's a video about the buttons. And hail, John Ponerero. Now I've got everybody who contributes like monetarily. God bless all of you. Is right here in this stream. Well, nearly everybody. I'm going to advertise here in a bit for everybody that contributes monetarily. At least for Whiskey Flats and the hardware store. Hail, folks, I was out at the movies. Am still out. Have a great stream. Hail, hail, and I hope thou hast good time at the movie. All right, so instead of nothing to see here, citizen, let's look up Whiskey Flats. Hey, look, this is not dogs. This is like barbecue, and it's making me hungry. All right. Whiskey Flats. Puppies. There we go. Do 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 do. View new puppies online. Puppies. Oh boy, I'm getting so distracted. Yes, they may not be hot babes, but they are cute puppies. I got to do this quick because Facebook gets angsty when I try to share stuff from Facebook on YouTube. Here we have Canada's canines at Whiskey Flats. Look at those brown eyes. Don't you just want to take their ears and squeeze them? They breed Great Danes and Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. Puppies come with AKC regs and vet records. I can guarantee you these are puppies being raised with love and care. This is no puppy mill. This is just honest, hardworking people who love their pets and want their pets to find a good home. So I don't want to create a new account, and I don't want to log in because every time I log in, something messes up. Well, anyway, let's try it again. You can reach them at Sonia Canaday, SonjaCanaday at yahoo.com. That is Sonia, I think, or maybe Sonja. Maybe it's Red Sonja Canaday at yahoo.com. And Gary's phone number is BR549. No, that's not. It is Gary. His name's Gary, not Fairy. Sorry, Gary. I don't have fat fingers actually, but they might as well be for as clumsy as I can get. 580-763-3846. That is again 580-763-3846. Tell them the Tired Blogger sent you, and he will at least not be sorry that he gave is a member on my Patreon. If nothing else. Look at those dogs. Look at them. Facebook. I loathe Facebook, but I love Canada's canines at Whiskey Flats. Please, if you want a puppy, please think about getting your next one at Canada's Canines at Whiskey Flats. They will be a great addition to your family. And now, the Tonkawa Hardware Store. They support me monetarily by feeding me meals. And sometimes they give me an occasional small discount. Don't worry, other businesses, they're not ginormous or anything. Hardware. That's the old hardware store. Google sucks. I'm just saying that Google sucks. Because the first thing that pops up is not the new one, it's the old one. And we don't need the old one. The old one's closed. Do-dee-doo-doo-doo-dee-doo. Man, the internet makes me so sad sometimes. All right. Well, fine. The internet's going to make me sad. This is why you should always prepare for a stream. And this is also why I haven't gotten too deep into asking more businesses to contribute. Tonkawa Hardware Main. Kitchen faucets, Wayfair. I think. Nope, that's the old one still. I know he's got a page. I may just have to do a very lame advertisement without any pictures. Here, since y'all wanted babes, Kyle's got a good sense of humor, thank goodness. Here we go. Since I can't get the actual business to pop up, instead, I'll just show you a bunch of cute babes. None of these are at the hardware store, don't get me wrong. Kyle's fiance is a fairly decent looking woman, and I don't want to say too much more than that because he could probably beat the crap out of me. But good people, very reasonable prices, small town atmosphere, friendly without like being that overbearing kind of friendly of buy our stuff, damn you. They've got some plants going on, seeds going on. You can order a lawnmower through them, though I don't think they have any in stock. They've got all of your air filters that you need, all kinds of tools. Occasionally they'll have a sale on high-powered tools. I bought a saw here the other day. First saw I've owned in my entire life as far as a power saw. I've had hacksaws before. And yeah, nice looking chicks here. So, raise PvP's blood pressure. Since I don't have a number, I will get you Kyle's actual number. Hopefully he won't mind. And if he does, well, I'm a big jerk. There's too many Kyles. I have too many people in my phone. The silence as a tired blogger tries to figure out what the heck he's doing. Here it is. Yes, Kyle Hale is the proprietor of the Tonkawa hardware store. He can be reached at 580-749-3165. Number again is 580-749-3165. Tell him the tired blogger sent you, and you can probably get some free popcorn out of him. So there it is. Yep, all right. I butchered those advertisements. Ha ha. I bet everybody listening is like, man, I want him to advertise for me. Stat. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat, and then we'll finish up with some random stuff. PvP would like me to play the buttons video. I may just do that, even though I know it's not technically Oklahoma news, but it's still related. Wow, here's the history of Canadian politics in 20 minutes. It's an excellent video. Educated me, and I know my American friends will learn from it too. I will probably listen to that after the stream, but I do want to share. I think that buttons one. This is why you should have multiple tabs open. Usually I do, but today's been an interesting day. We'll leave it at that. Still, it's my bad, my responsibility. I take full responsibility for it, even though I had no sexual relations with that woman. Read chat to fill the silence. It is the sounds of silence. Let's see if I'm smart enough to find the buttons video again. We'll call it a stream. Although I may also do another advertisement just before ending, because I found a new restaurant in Ponca City that I think deserves, even though they have paid me nothing. Buttons, Canada, liberals. Let's see. I may have to go through my search history. And I kind of don't want to do that because there might be something interesting there. PvP, help an old man out. What's the lady's name again? I know I'm subscribed to her, but I'm subscribed to so many people. By the time I find her, the stream will be over. Oh, damn it. And I'm on the other channel. I hate you, YouTube. I hate you. YouTube. I hate you. All right. Buttons were near the top. Oh, this is a the. Okay, I'm not going to do my search history. All right. Liberal button controversy. I was hoping to do the one with the chick because she's so well. One, she's pretty, but two, she's very, very eloquent in what she says. Canada's liberals ahead of conservatives. Of course they are. All right, let's do this one. It's not the one I wanted to play, but you know what? It's the one I'll play. Let's share some stuff going on in Canada.
Says he apologizes unreservedly after we first reported that Liberal staffers were behind an operation intended to plant buttons at an event for Conservatives. Now, 2 Liberal operatives went to the Canada Strong and Free Network conference last week. This is an event where Conservatives from across the country are able to meet and network, and they planted buttons that had a pro-Trump message, one that said, "Stop the steal," an apparent reference to the 2020 push to overturn the U.S. election results. and an apparent effort to tie Canadian conservatives to the MAGA movement in the United States. Now, we found out about this because I overheard the people responsible talking about it at a bar last Friday, reported it soon after. Mark Carney says that this behavior is unacceptable, and he apologized.
Look, this is totally unacceptable, to be absolutely clear. And I, on behalf of my campaign, I was unaware of this behavior, but on behalf of my campaign, I apologize for it unreservedly. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he knew nothing about it. What's that term again? Something or other, deniability. I'm sure he knew nothing about it. Nothing whatsoever. I'm not going to play the rest of this video because, like, I don't know any of these people. But the one that I wanted to share is that lady that you told me about, and I'm subbed to her on my channel, but YouTube doesn't want to show me my channel right now. Gorilla Sensor Thoughts. Should I be an a-hole and let the 4-year-old watch it right before I take her back to her mother? What? The Canadian stuff? I don't see why the 4-year-old couldn't watch Canadian stuff. Jeff B. Buttons? We don't need no stinking buttons. All right, let's hope. I hate getting rid of the cute babes. But anyway, we shall look up. There's a new Greek restaurant in Ponca City. I could read chat, or I could just be annoying. Local Greek. Google, you suck. Greek restaurants in Ponca. I swear they know when I'm streaming because, like, if I look up a Greek restaurant and Ponca City stuff pops up. When I'm streaming, no. All this Oklahoma City crap and Arkansas crap pops up. But I think this is it. I think. Maybe. Greek Island. I think this is it. Let me make sure. Yep, this is it. They have a good website. Thank goodness. Ponca City has a new Greek restaurant. I love Greek food, and this was so much better than I expected it to be. I'm going to be honest. I had the thought, oh, it's another one of these small town things, and it'll probably have decent food and slipshod. No, this was a great place. It's a little small. That's my only real criticism as far as the building, but the service was great. The food was fantastic. The prices were reasonable. Here they are. Discover the flavors of Greece. Experience the authentic taste of Greece at Greek Island Restaurant. Indulge in our flavorful gyros and sip on refreshing, I have no idea how that's pronounced, ouzo, as you transport yourself to the beautiful Mediterranean shores. While I was eating, they had some Greek music going on, beautiful Greek ladies singing them, and handsome Greek guys. It was actually quite a cool experience. Here we have their plates, their sandwiches, their sides and extras. See, Greek food. Eat it. It's the healthiest thing you can possibly eat. Immerse yourself in authentic Greek cuisine. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. That just, I'm hungry again. And then here's the gyros. I should have gotten gyros, but I just wanted shawarma. And so I ordered it, and it didn't look like the normal shawarma that I'm used to getting in Tulsa. And so I thought, oh no, this is this is going to be silly. And it was not. It was very good. It was even better than the shawarma that I'd had in Tulsa. So, yeah, please, if you're anywhere near Ponca and you would like some really top-notch Greek food, please check out these wonderful folks. They're there somewhere on that Main Street place, you know. Let's see what happens if I hit order now. You shall die. Oh, no. I'm mainly hoping just to get the address. Here it is. It is 202 East Grand Avenue in Ponca City, Oklahoma. Their phone number, they're not open today. They're off on Sundays. You know, Greeks being Christian and all that stuff. 405-332-6909. That phone number again, 405-332-6909. Tell them the Tired Blogger sent you, and they will look at you in blank confusion because they have no idea who I am. Okay, what is one more thing we can do? I think I will check out. That's it. There's Rebel news about the buttons. PvP, they've launched a lawsuit suing the liberals. I'm glad. Resolo Germ Gorilla, Sensor Thoughts, the 4-year-old is ready for Terminator. Your ex shouldn't have a problem. Thank you. Plausible deniability. I should have known that. And let's take maybe just a quick look. Let's take a quick look. We shall try to take a quick look, but it may not work out for me. Yeah, I can't get StreamYard to copy and paste. So, yes, I definitely have kinks to work on. So, PvP says he needs a Greek girlfriend. You could eat Greek on a regular basis. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Can't be controversial. I can't be controversial. Let's see if I can get my channel to pop up. Come on. No, I want my channel. Switch account. Switch account. Come on. Nope. It's not going to switch. Do not switch. Wow, YouTube is really fighting hard to make sure I don't get anything cool done. Yep, it's not going to let me do a dang thing. So, my apologies, but I will try to look at those videos. Yeah, they would work if I could get into my channel, but YouTube's not letting me into my channel. It's letting me into my new channel. And my new channel's new, so it can't do nothing. PvP knows the lady I mentioned, can't find her channel. She's a member of parliament. Yes, sir. And if I was in my channel, I could search my search history and just deal with the embarrassment. But no, I'm in Nothing to See Here Citizen, which I have used to watch literally like 5 or 6 videos, and that's it. So, well, while this may not have been the best stream ever, the most productive, I hope it was at least worth your time. We learned that there's storms going on. We remembered the Murrow building blowing up. We talked just a little tiny bit about Canadian politics, and we actually got a few people advertised. So, but I'm going to call it a stream. She subbed to her and 250 more. Yeah, that's the trouble. If I was in my actual channel, I'm subbed to so many people. It's ridiculous. But my apologies. I'll keep working on the kinks. That's what she said. All right. Let's thank everybody and promote the creators that are out there. Gorilla Sensor Thoughts. This wonderful human being designed my intro music. It's helped me out with a lot of advice. Tried to help me get monetized, but so far we've not got that done. Not your fault. It's my fault. I did or said something that made them realize that I'm a dangerous person. Because, you know, when you look at me, you think dangerous person. Sadly, I'm sure that there were women that thought that when I was in my early 20s and asking them out. Anyway, Gorilla Sensor Thoughts, check this gentleman out. He has wonderful reviews, watch parties, commentary. Every now and then he lets me sucker him into letting me on there. He's a wonderful human being. Check out Gorilla Sensor Thoughts. Tell him the Tired Blogger sent you, and he'll give you a coupon for one free batch of bananas if you will just buy 2 800-pound gorillas. Offer valid anywhere except for Utah and Idaho. Resolute Germ, check out this wonderful human being. He does among other things, he does the Saturday morning cartoons. Wonderful human being here. Check him out. You will be happy because cartoons make us smile, as do other things that I can't talk about on this stream. Whiskey Flats Garden Railroad. Wonderful person here. He does a little bit of creating, so, you know, might not be a bad idea to check out his stuff. He is involved in the toy train community in Oklahoma, amongst several other things. And really spiffy human being. If I get enough subs and people, I might hire him as a producer. I don't know. Mr. Beast is bust. Oklahoma is okay. That's what Forrest Gump said. PvP. Thank you very much. This person also has some creative channel-y stuffs, and you know what? He made a cool painting that he's standing right in front of right there. So check out this wonderful human being. Often he is supportive of other channels as well. He can be seen quite often on Gorilla Sensor Thoughts or on Mikey Susie 4. I think. I get mixed up who goes where sometimes. But anyway, wonderful human being. Letting us know what's going on in Canada, and when I'm done with this stream, I will get those streams to work by hook or by crook and watch one or two of them anyway. Connie Clearing, another wonderful creator, great contributor, and creator in her own right, one of the great wrenches of YouTube. Please check out our second channel as well, Fluff Chick Productions. I hope YouTube doesn't make you suffer when you switch from channel to channel. Please let me know if you've got any advice for what can make that less painful, because it feels like it shouldn't be this painful. Jeff B., thank you very much for showing up. You've been a long-time listener and not a first-time commenter, so thank you very much. Reminding us of the OKC bombing in Beirut stand out as painful memories. They sure do. Doobie 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 doo. And I believe that is that. I'll get caught up in the chat and call it a stream. PvP, hope you don't get blown away, Gorilla, by the storm, I meant. Gorilla Sensor Thoughts ran out of bananas, switched to one free gorilla in a Speedo picture. Yes. Well, you know, we have to make our businesses run somehow. Resolute Germ doesn't cover those types of cartoons. I'm not even going to repeat that one. I want to. It's funny, but I'm trying so hard, and I know I failed a little bit, but I'm trying hard not to be controversial. Thank you all very much. I haven't really come up with a great ending for the voice of Northern Oklahoma. I just hope that everyone has a wonderful evening, and remember that the waving sweet can sure smell sweet as the wind goes sweeping down the plains, or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Thank you all very much, and have a wonderful evening. Spoon!